All new today, police say he's crazy.
Is it possible he knows something that we don't?
I was just doing what I thought was right.
A Dr. Phil mystery.
Cops will tell you I'm crazy or drunk, but I know the truth.
Are the police
These cops, how do we know they're telling us the truth?
corrupt?
What is your proof?
Later,
I started being able to talk to ghosts when I went to a 100% gluten-free, all-vegan diet.
Well, today we are going to make an effort to unravel a real-life mystery with lots of twists and turns. Today on the show I have a very special guest that I met at the airport recently. His name is Dick Burns. Ladies and gents, give him a round of applause.
Thank you everyone. Great to be here. Great having me on the show, Doc.
Great to have you too. I'm proud of you. So, tell me, what is it that has been getting your goat lately?
All right. Well, I'll tell you, Dr. Phil, I was just in my McDonald's drive-thru when I came to the realization, this was about 2 months ago, that I knew the truth. I was trying to get me a McFlurry. You know what one of them is?
Yeah, a
I was
McFlurry?
trying to get me a McFlurry. And out from nowhere, this guy starts beeping at me. He starts beeping. I'm just waiting in the drive-thru. What am I doing wrong? I'm an American. Comes over to my window. Knocks on my window. I go over. Well, I'm in my car, so I go over to my window and crank it down. Slowly goes down, then it stops, because you don't want them creeps jumping in, so you got to give it this much space.
Yeah, give them the little space.
A little space, and that's what I did. And why, bonanza, it was a police officer.
A police officer?
Yes, sir.
What did he want with you?
He was telling me I've been poking my nose in the wrong manure, sir.
Which is the right manure?
I don't know, sir, but I'll tell you this. It was unfathomable about this way I was being treated. I had done nothing but wait for me McFlurry, and I didn't do nothing. And this town sheriff coming over telling me that I am poking my head into stuff that doesn't matter. Or that I shouldn't. And that's when I looked into my McFlurry and I saw the truth.
The truth?
Yes, sir. I got it right here in my truth journal.
What is the truth?
Pages and pages upon truth.
I just want you to calm it down. I just want you to just chill out for a moment and tell me, what was in that McFlurry on the destined day?
Well, sir, it's the truth that I believe all Americans are entitled to know. The Declaration of Independence is under Mount Rushmore, which is under the police department, which is also guarded by a mentally challenged ghost.
That's absolutely...
No, I know.
That is insane.
No,
I do not think you are thinking straight.
No.
How was all of this conveyed through the McFlurry?
I'm getting there, sir. So here, I'll give the audience a little something.
Please, continue.
As you can see, this is the map, right? And on this map, ignore my $5 Wendy's coupon, that's nothing, or the 2-for-1 Pepsi Crystal. But if you follow this map, which I got from the McFlurry, you can see that there is the outline of the mentally challenged ghost. You can tell that this ghost is not a regular ghost by the way it is eyes.
That's just diabolical. I think you're just attacking the mentally challenged community. I do not appreciate...
Sir!
Do I need to send you to a special trip to the ranch?
Sir, no. I think you need to sit down and listen some more, because
I'll listen, but I'm starting to crack up at how bogus this story's turning out.
That's just unfair, sir. So you can see, after we follow the oddly shaped lips, we get down to where the police department's located. That's where I started looking into it. The local police department is under Cibola, which is the city of gold, which is under Mount Rushmore, which is where the Declaration of Independence is located.
What is this city of gold called?
Cibola. It's like that disease that was in West Africa.
No, that's El Dorado. That's not a disease.
El Dorado.
That's a city of gold.
El Dorado is not under
I did my
Mount
research
Rushmore.
before I brought you on the show today, and I was hoping you would do the same. And instead, you bring me here with this McFlurry.
No. Here, look.
I don't
so that-
buy your story.
Folks, what is the number you call to get the police?
Number I call for
Yeah.
the police?
Yeah.
1. It's on speed dial.
Okay, but let's say you got one of them landlines like I do, and you can't go around just calling police willy-nilly.
Now, I ain't used no rotary phones. That's just wild talk. I ain't about that. I keep the speed dial. It's the only number in my address book. So go ahead. Go on.
What
I'll
is the
humor.
number on speed dial, sir?
Well, I don't know.
The number of the police.
Look, I run a business and I run a show.
Sir,
and that
this
is
is
what,
a simple fact that everybody was taught when they were children. 911. Can you agree that that is the number of the police?
I can give you that I think that's it.
Well, I'll tell you that's it. Because look, right here, sir, you can see 911. Well, let's divide it by 2, because that makes a lot of sense. That's what the McFlurry says. 2 for the 1. One number. Divide by 2. 4.5. Now, nobody in their right mind would find sense out of 4.5 unless you use the Anglo-Saxon calendar. 4th is April. Well, okay, well then what's on the 5th of April? International Mentally Challenged Ghost Day. My God, how could I have been so blind to look and see this in my McFlurry and not have it right in front of me this whole time?
I just want to... Can I see a hand for a moment? I'm sorry for all the transgressions I put upon you today because I forgot about International Mentally Challenged Ghost Day this year. I bought my little brother Timmy a present. It's one of those special little ghosts that you can get at the McDonald's. They got the little helmet. It's cute as a button.
Absolutely.
And I didn't give it to him on Mentally Challenged Ghost Day, so I kind of rewrapped it, and I'm going to give it to him again this year with twice the wrapping. And I take back everything I said about your story. It makes a lot of sense, and I feel foolish now.
Well, that's where I'm telling people I ain't crazy.
So, can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
Where do you think the cops found out about your McFlurry vision?
That's what I don't know. I
'Cause
think
I
it's
don't
that.
I don't think they could have gotten a hold of that if they didn't know ahead of time. Because you said they approached
No.
you.
I keep this. Nobody can have access to my truth journal because I keep this up my rectum. There's no way nobody can get up in there.
That is
And-
by far the most brilliant idea I ever heard for a journal.
Absolutely, doctor. I got my car keys.
That is brilliant. I never thought of this. I'm losing it. I can't believe you thought of such a safe spot to hide it, because I always kept mine next to my dog so people would think it's homework and not pick it up. But that is just brilliant. I can't believe it.
You know
I'm
how?
sorry. I'm
No,
sorry I'm
doctor.
laughing at your idea. It's just so good that
No, it
hurts.
brings a tear to my eye to think about how my wife, she didn't believe
what
me.
happened to your wife?
She didn't believe me at first, Dr. Phil. And you know, it's okay. Because I used her dog. It's like a circus.
I'm crying here, man. You're hurting me. You're cutting me deep.
It's just so sad, Doctor. Why would my wife believe me?
I don't know. But let us calm down, because we have much to do, and there is much ado. What was your wife's name?
Oh, Cheryl.
Cheryl? All right. I'm gonna see if I can find her in my speed dial directory and see if I can help you and her understand and come to a mutual trust. Is that all right?
That's fine, Cheryl.
I won't do it right now because we have a lot to discuss. What are you going to do with the knowledge about the Declaration?
Well, I think that we should try to reread it. Maybe it's got some coupons we can click off the back.
Can't believe you're so brilliant. I love this show. This is the best idea we ever got funded.
And that's why I think we need to bring this to the American people so they see everything.
The American people, if I can mention one little thing, they have never seen the Declaration of Independence ever in their life. And I think if we all had a chance to read it, why, howdy, that'd be the best darn time I ever seen.
Absolutely, Dr. Phil. And that's why I cannot thank you enough for letting me on, giving me this soapbox to preach off of about the truth.
I'm glad you're on here too, and I hope you aren't ready to leave because I need to discuss this with you.
Absolutely. I think the more that knowledge of my own knowledge that I can convey to you about my knowledge is fantastic knowledge.
Darn right brilliant. I love it. Now, how do you plan to retrieve the Declaration from within the ghost lair?
Well, see, you might think it's easy to trick a mentally challenged ghost, but that is where you would be wrong, sir.
You are darn right. I remember on the holidays, they always tell the story of Molly, and I never done thought they could trick her.
There ain't no tricking Miss Molly. That's where that tale comes from. And let me tell you something. This ghost, it's much smarter than we think. You can't kill it because it's a ghost, and you can't trick it because it knows stuff. Not a lot of stuff, I reckon, but it does know stuff.
So proud of you for thinking ahead on this ghost. Now, how are you going to dispel the spirit? Does rice work, or is it the salt?
I think that the best thing is not to use. Think about what the three wise men brought to Jesus. They gave him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Have you ever seen any real life myrrh?
I never heard of myrrh. Can you tell me more about
I
it?
believe that the myrrh is buried there with the Declaration of Independence.
The myrrh is buried there.
Yes, sir.
The three wise men delivered myrrh to America?
They did. Well, that's where Jesus... Listen, if English was good enough for Jesus, it's good enough for me. That's why I didn't take Spanish.
Why, darn, you might just be right. I don't know Spanish neither. Oh, my goodness. So, what we have learned here today is impressive, and we are going to have to go to commercials real shortly here. But first, I just want one more question asked. How was that McFlurry that you tasted that day?
Well, Dr. Phil, it might bring another tear to my eye to describe it, but it was the rootinest, tootinest McFlurry I've ever did have.
Well, with that, I'm going to have to say that we will be back after this break, and I'm glad that McFlurry tasted as good as it could. We'll be right back.
Do you enjoy darts? Do you enjoy darts? Hi, I'm Dan Brackens, 1991 Worthington Dart Champion. Are you unhappy with your accuracy? Talent.
It was a hard formula to come, but not too hard.
That was Dr. Clapp, creator of Dart Juice. Dart Juice, how's it used? The proof is in my results.
Approved.
listen up. Are you sick and tired of being robbed at gunpoint? I know I am. That was until I found my inner Swift. Feel the Swift. Hey there. I'm Clint Swift. Swift. Professional karate instructor. And this is my assistant, Charles. He's kind of new. Come on. I'm Clint Swift. Swift. We know this. But I'm ready to work with you, in your home 24/7. I've worked with the best. We know this. Ignite your swiftness. With Clint Swift's danger tactics, Charles and I will be teaching you vital, yet practical, danger life protection moves. The infamous Arctic Zap. Bear Paw. The Danger Cat. And finally, the Arctic Zap 2. When I said I work with the best, I wasn't lying. Let's go to my good pal Alex Bernstein and see what he has to say about his own copy of Danger Tactics.
I was fat.
What more do you need?
Feel the Swift. Love your Swift. The Swift.
With my DVD collection set, Danger Tactics, you'll be receiving 4 DVDs. Right about now, you might be questioning your swiftness. Well, I'm happy to announce that just last night, I fended off an armed bandit with the help of Danger Tactics. Don't you believe me? Don't you? Let's look at some actual security footage. And if you don't purchase Danger Tactics, I want you down.
Love your Swift.
I'm serious.
Love your Swift. Feel the Swift. Ignite your swiftness.
Clint Swift, feel the swiftness.
And now we're back with Dr. Phil.
Welcome back, cherished guests. Now, during the break, I chose to make a small little phone call. And while it's a mystery that has people divided about whether or not that McFlurry really did predict the future, I now have to introduce our special guest, Courtney, who is a nice lady who claims to be able to see and talk to ghosts and claims to be an expert on Brady's shit.
Hello, Dr. Phil. It's great to be here. Now, I wanted to talk to you about the mentally challenged ghosts I've been working with. I recently quit my job to start a GoFundMe so that I could open a hospital so I can rehabilitate all of these mentally challenged ghosts. And I figured that's why you're probably bringing me in here today.
Now, Courtney, I did bring you in here today for a reason, but that reason ain't what you think it is.
Oh.
Now, I heard you were opening this hospital, and I'd love to hear more about it. In fact, start there, and we'll work our way to my reason to bring you here.
Well, it started several months ago. You see, I started being able to talk to ghosts when I started my 100% gluten-free vegan diet. And it took me a few weeks to realize that there was a commonality between all of the ghosts that I was talking to. I realized that every single one of them was mentally handicapped. It was a really sad time for me. I thought that there wasn't any hope for the ghost community. But then I realized that I had the power as someone who could speak with these ghosts with such intense disabilities and be able to make a change for them. So I decided that it was the right thing for me to do to just quit my waitressing job, and I decided to start a GoFundMe so that I can open this hospital and hire professionals and just really be able to do good things for all of the ghosts in our area.
Now, I have a few questions about this ghost business, as you state. The first question is, have you ever seen a message in a McFlurry?
Well, you know, I'm vegan, so I can't have milk. I don't go to McDonald's or eat McFlurries.
Can I stop
only
you?
shop
Can
at
I
Whole
stop you
Foods.
for one moment? Now, Dick,
Yeah.
what can a vegan eat?
Well, let's spell that word out now.
I don't want her
starts
to,
with a V.
I don't want her to think I'm dumb or something.
Then it goes with an E, right?
Yeah. Is it anything?
You put a
that's-
G after that?
I think it's spelled VEGEN. Vegan.
All right. So it's like vegetables.
Yeah,
eggs,
you got vegetable in there.
eggs.
Egg.
No,
Apples start with A. Wait,
I-
where's the A come from?
Asbestos.
Of course, the best
I
food
just-
of the bunch.
I feel like I need to interject that a vegan diet
I
entails
think she heard us.
a vegan diet entails eating no meat or eggs or any animal products. I don't want animals to feel abused by me, and I don't want to kill them to eat them.
Does that include duck feet? Because I'll tell you, my favorite gum, Trident Spearmint, is made with duck feet, and I can't give that up for Lent this year, because that's just as good as Mom's sweet potato casserole.
I gotta be honest, I like the duck feet too. I don't know what you're doing if you ain't chewing that.
I'm sort of an activist, you know. I love animals. I love mentally challenged ghosts. And I don't want to harm anyone.
Yeah, but where is a McFlurry one of the animals? It's a Flurry's weather. McDonald's just puts weather in that cup, and I drink it, and it's delicious. I don't know where you're getting this like animal stuff from.
You're absolutely right. I feel like I've been lied to my whole life.
And you know who did that?
Who did that?
The police.
The police. Now, folks, I don't mean to alarm anyone back at home, but the police and ghosts, they might be in cahoots. Now, Courtney, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt your opinion, but what do you think about the police being corrupt and the national treasure being guarded by one such mentally handicapped ghost?
Oh, that's so sad for that ghost. He must be being manipulated, you know, by people who have power over him. You know, the police have power.
Well, he's mentally challenged, so they might be holding like a shiny object above him and telling him he can have it.
Absolutely very possible.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean. It's just, you know, I've seen my fair share of mentally handicapped ghost movies, and they just like flick a nickel near them and they'll do anything.
It's really a tragedy, you know. They're so easily manipulated. It makes it so that, well, I do a lot of study on this in my freelance work for Harvard University. They have a really wonderful ghost program, and the real tragic part of how easily manipulated the ghosts are is that it makes them seem evil when evil people manipulate them, and that turns all of the public opinion against them. It's really unfair.
I feel that. You know, when I first got Oprah to sign on my show, and she gave me $50 to go on air, audience, I tell you now, $50, that is more than enough. All I needed was just $1, but I got 50 times that. I went to the math school and asked them about that one, but I got 50 times the amount of funding I needed, and this show has been a hoot and a half to be able to direct. And people think that I'm corrupt. I'm not. Just because I'm not like my brother doesn't mean I can't be another doctor on TV. Now, Courtney, I have to get back to you on the real reason I asked you here today.
Absolutely.
This has nothing to do with no McFlurries, no rectum journals, none of that. What I wanted to ask you is, will you join us?
Join you with what exactly?
I plan on joining Brady. Wait. You said your name was Brady at the airport, not Dick Burns.
Yeah. How do I know you're not in cahoots with him?
Oh my God, the military's manipulating us.
Dr. Phil,
I'm just, you know.
Are you in cahoots?
I would never team up with no mentally challenged ghosts, no military, none of that. I hate the police. They're corrupt. They tried to shut me down. Oprah brought me back. Now, the thing is, I wanted to ask you to join us in finding the national treasure of the United States.
I think that would be a wonderful time, and I think that if we were successful, it would bring a lot of light to my GoFundMe. So, I think that works for me.
How is that GoFundMe going?
Well, so far I've had $2 donated.
$2 whole dollars?
$2 donated.
That's twice the funding of this show.
And it's been a really long journey to get to this point, but you know, my parents decided that I deserved that $2. They're wonderful people.
That's just wonderful to hear. Now, how do your parents feel about your decision to pursue ghostology?
They were a little hesitant at first, you know, because people generally don't believe in ghosts, and they really minimalize mental handicaps, even in human subjects. So it was a rocky start, but they've come to accept me in their death.
Their death?
Oh yeah, they're ghosts now. They were one of the first sets of ghosts that I talked to.
Are you telling me both y'all parents are mentally handicapped?
Yes. So they moved not long after they died to Mount Rushmore, and they've been having a wonderful time there in all their
Mount Rushmore?
their letters. Yeah.
Mount Rushmore.
It's
And
what
they're
I
ghosts?
did tell you, Dr.
She saw him.
Phil.
She can only see the mentally challenged. There's a ghost down in there.
But I'm telling you, I'm getting another message from what
Yeah?
she's talking about.
What you get?
Well, I think I can triangulate this with some of my former knowledge.
What do the algorithms say?
My internal algorithms, sir, they have decided, after reading Catcher in the Rye and her lovely explanation, it says we need to get John Lennon.
Kill John Lennon?
Yes, sir.
Well, that's just about the most wild thing I ever heard today. And I thought the Rectum Journal was a bit far. So, we're coming to the close of our show. And I'm glad that we are now about to investigate Mount Rushmore for the national treasure of the United States. And I think you're entitled to think of justice for these ghosts.
Absolutely.
And entitled to feel like the police are corrupt. But before I thank you all and wish you adieu, I must say, I've been faking it the whole time. I don't believe either y'all's stories. I'm about to send you both to the ranch.
You can't.
I
Thank
predicted
you,
this, Dr.
thank
Phil.
you, audience, for showing up as these two are about to get escorted out. Have a wonderful night.
Mom bailed me out.
Thanks for watching Dr. Phil. Tune in next time for live coverage from the ranch. Dr. Phil is filmed from our live studio audience.